Hi, Leos, and welcome to July 2024. All right, this read is for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and or Venus. Okay, I'm using the Past Life Oracle deck. Let's get a karma card for what it is that we're working on in this lifetime, right? From another lifetime. Oh, the indigenous ones, right? So immediately I was thinking about it's summer, you're going on a road trip, maybe going RVing, or you're setting up camping, tenting, bonfires. Some of you do have roots, right, to Native American ceremonies, believing in ceremonies, but not in the sense at all of, magic of that nature, spells and stuff. Not at all. This is Mother Earth. Don't forget. Lest we forget that sometimes we don't want that to be referred as. That's massive. Okay, so let's continue and see what's going on. The indigenous ones, right? They communed with Mother Nature. They knew the language of spirit. Do you? You realize that we all are part of Mother Earth, and the only thing that separates, so to speak, right, earthly lingo, separates us from Mother Earth is the physical temple. So a lot of you, this is all white, right? The truth is what matters. Our temple, respecting the body, and surrounding that is the growth and knowledge of communing also with Mother Earth and knowing the healing properties that she provides. Okay, let's go. Look at this. Wow, look at this here. Oh my gosh, I love it. Okay, so we have massive, I don't know, I heard massive victory in terms of love, being in love, falling in love, and having that and or bringing back that chemistry of two people. Not necessarily the skin to skin. I'm going to say skin to skin, but I am going to say, more importantly, the veil and respect. See, look at ceremonies, right? Lighting candles, saying a prayer, and respecting each other. For, in this regard, I feel there's great respect for two people who are bonded, but not just on the physical level. And usually I don't say that with that Lover's card. I don't. But ceremony for sure. Someone has prayed for this, love, right? And defending your connection with someone. The masculine could have had to, at some point, we have Leo here, right? This is you. And Gemini. I feel that it could be another, I don't think so. I think that at some point you had to defend this person whom you're in love with, who you've fallen in love with, who you've always been in love with, right? Making sure people know, I heard stand your ground, setting boundaries. knowing that two people are together no matter what. No matter what people say, no matter what, whatever. It's like, I'm not listening. That kind of thing. And that happens, right? Especially when you're in love. And this love, I don't feel, honestly, I feel like there's a lot of candles going on. I feel with this card, making dinners together, learning to cook together, feng shui, but also a tantra. Some of you involved in the sexual tantra of the nature of the body's embodiment. It's beautiful. Wow. One sticks up for the other sticks up for the other. That kind of thing. Wow, how beautiful, right? We do have 2 6s, so that's the balance. I stick up for you, you stick up for me. I see you, you see me. That is soul to soul, for sure. Soul to soul. I will say skin to skin just because they're naked, right? But this goes deeper than the naked body. This is the embodiment of 2 people totally in love, and soulfully so. Someone, fought for you, stuck up for you, said, I don't care, to their, to let's say their circle of friends. And it was like people respected that you stuck up for your person. Like when push comes to shove, it's like, hey, yeah, I love it. Yeah, you stuck up for your person, and it was like, I don't care what anyone says. I love this person. Look at this. These are the naysayers. I'm just going to say. These are the people who said, and I was really focusing on this card. So you had like a couple of, trolls. 7, 7. You have 2 7s. You have 2 7s and 2 6s. Right? How about that for progression of love? You had to fight the good fight. You did. You have. You fought the good fight. You also stuck up for someone else. People were trying to, for some of you, people have been really trying to get this, to ruin it. They've been trying to ruin it. Right? Yeah. They've been saying shit behind someone's back. Absolutely. Shit's been flying around. Talk, bullshit. Someone said, I call bullshit, for sure. Okay, you can see this. Let me just push this back a minute so you can see. Okay. All right, let's go. So it's like, I don't care what you say. This is my person, right? Look at 3 7s. So we've been, I'm going to put it here because there's 3 7s here. This is the luck of the draw. This is your lucky month. It's July. It's 7. You're finally, you are able to, Leo, and or your person is able to say, this is my person that I believe in, that I trust, no matter what people say, no matter what people think. I've waited a long time for this, so have at it. I could give a shit what you say, because this is a new day for this couple. Yeah, 777. I mean, what? Right? That's pretty like crazy. All right, let's go over here. Seriously. All right, we have the Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio reversed. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, they don't like to be in the limelight, right? They don't. But they're like, okay, this is what is going on. You may be with Leo, a Gemini, or a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, right? And that Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, or Gemini, depends on their natal, is in the backdrop waiting and watching the Leo. Is Leo going to fight for us? Is Leo going to, no matter what, when the chips are down, this person does have your back? But they're in the backdrop. And I'm going to pick another card. They're your person. Compassionate, loving. I know they're reversed. I realize it. But it's because they show their love behind the veil. They don't like the public eye as much as, of course, Leo. No offense, but come on, right? Who doesn't like the public eye? But in regard to this read, you love the public eye, but for purposes of defending yourself, for purposes of speaking out what you believe in and whom you believe in. Your morals, your ethics, your integrity, your character, all here, right? The Trinity, 3 sevens. So we have this Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio is behind the scenes saying, times are going to be changing, because people don't realize that behind the scenes, they don't want to be per se seen as much as they want to know that their person, your person, if you're with a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, or Gemini, they are your rock. They're solid. I mean, look he's sitting on a rock. I mean, come on. Right? This person is your rock. Right? And no matter what, they know Leo's at the forefront. And Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces in the backdrop of, hey, they're handling it. Leo's got it. I don't have to worry. I know they love me. I know they stick up for me. I know that I've waited a long time, but I don't need to be seen. It's like Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Water signs are obviously fluid. They don't really need that. Depends on the natal chart, right? But they don't need that validation as a Leo does. They're in the backdrop rooting and being your rock. That's what they're doing. And that gives you the strength. Look at that, another 7. Oh my God. And this 7 is that 7 of Wands reversed. Because they know Leo's got your back. They know if they should need to come to the forefront, they'll be there for you. But they don't necessarily need that because they know Leo's got your back. Look, Leo, you are sticking up for your, again, integrity, beliefs of the naysayers, the negativity, all the bullshit, right? The trolls, all that. Because on the other hand, which makes two people beautifully entwined, different. They are different, Come on. A Leo with a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Are you kidding me? As long as Leo knows that they have solid backing, they will fight to the end. They will go to the ends of the earth for you. That's what Cancer, Pisces, Scorpios do. You have 4 sevens. Are you kidding me? Some of you are spiritually not only on path, you know you're on path, you know what and how heaven, spirit, right? Let's just say spirit, whatever you believe in, whatever you have faith in, is always showing you what is for your highest good, no matter what. That's why this isn't reversed like Leo's is. Yours, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, your person doesn't want to be seen, doesn't need to be heard. This could be your person who's like in confidence. They're rooting for you. They back you up. They believe in you. Leo's out in the forefront. So Leo's on the, at the front of, not the battlefield, but let's just say, for lack of, right? Leo's doing all the like legwork, so to speak. However, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces that you're dealing with, they're your rock. And you confide in that person. You trust that person no matter what. And that makes a couple. That makes a couple stronger, I feel that at some point, Leos, you may have misconstrued a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpios. What's the word? Like, wanting to stay in the backdrop. The silent, sorry, that's Zeus drinking water. And his leash is hitting the floor. Sorry. The silent observer. And I think that Leos need that. Someone who's their rock behind the scenes. It's beautiful. And someone who has been all around the world. This person has life experience also. So this is someone whom has gone the distance with you, not only in terms of fighting off, as you have, fighting off those naysayers and whatever else people want to say, because out of envy or jealousy or what have you, right? Because that's why trolls, that's how they maintain their, their persona. This person says, okay, now I see that we're on, we work really well together. It's the yin and yang for sure. And now it's two people coming together and saying, okay, so we've come a long way. Where should we go? Where should we go? And you can see, look at how beautiful this depiction is. The lion has this person's back. Right? The lion sleeps tonight. I love it. Because there comes a time in relationships where one hand feeds the other. That's why we pray, like, with both hands together. I'm not talking religion. I'm talking when we have asked for help from spirit, right? It's like Leo has Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio back, and now we have Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio coming out. And it's not so much a confirmation or a validation, because they don't need it. Neither do you. But it is a showmanship of how far we've come. How far we've come. He's robed in a beautiful red robe, right? Fur collared. Some of you have coats that are innately weaved in beautiful, intricate, whatever, and fur around the collar, or your person wears it. And the hat, you know, right? So the Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio that is in the backdrop for support, strength, to be the rock, now turns around and says, okay, you have proven, not that you needed to, but for lack of a better word, you have proven to me that you are able to handle the front lines while I'm in the backdrop. Now, what's next? Kind of vibe, right? Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, their loyalty, they're very, they're really smart. They want to ensure that their investment in the Leo is solid, just like they are. Emotionally, intellectually, literally. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio will test you, and you don't even know you're being tested. Because they need to know that over time, no matter what happens, the two remain together. And that's not an easy thing to do, because there's temptations, and I'm not talking outside temptation. I'm just talking, that is part of the construction of the earth plane, right? There's always a temptation to lie, a temptation to manipulate, a temptation to listen to what others say and or follow, right, others. But Leos are not like that. Leos are the leaders. And Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces wants to ensure that as you're leading the charge of life and in love, that not only do you have their back no matter what, that you also contain and maintain your integrity, character, trust. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, they're all about trust, loyalty, compassion, kindness. So when you're dealing with this person, if you're in love with Gemini, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Leos, you've chosen very well, especially with the Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. I'm not saying anything against Gemini, but I feel that the Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio has Gemini in their chart, and or vice versa. I do. Because this person is very well-rounded, cultured for sure. Maybe you're getting ready to go on a trip, long distance, right? Ah, look at who showed up. Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. I'm going to tell you that this person and or you, Leos, are together on every aspect, strategic planning, on kind of, you know, the financial part of this union is very much the same. You know, some of you are enjoying the summer watermelon. Okay, and or I'm hearing Harry Styles singing Watermelon. Some of you lilacs, lavender. He's sitting on the rock as well. this person is very much Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, has the remnants of being behind the veil, very much in love, not needing that confirmation, validation, which is beautiful, being the silent observer, and being very stable and wanting stability for the future. This is long term. Don't forget, you have 4 7s in this read. Are you kidding? Things are totally turning around for everybody. This could be a return to one's authenticity. This could be one or both of you have children. No matter what, you could have a Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn child who's like an adult child, right? Who watches over you. It could be someone on the other side. It could be a father figure, a brother, whatever. Someone could be on the other side rooting and or bringing two people together. This is like, you know what they say, you know, it's like we say language, the English language, we say match made in heaven, match made in heaven. And a lot of us say, yeah, you know, the things that come out of our mouths, we don't sometimes, many times, humanity, mankind doesn't realize the strength of the word, the truth that embodies the word of Spirit, of God. Sometimes people don't realize what they're saying because we're so much, unfortunately, we have been programmed and so much of us are on autopilot that we don't realize sometimes how the things that we say, even when we pray. So, this could be someone who is watching over from Spirit, or this is the return of this person solidifying the nature of the relationship after someone has, you know, it's been like a long haul. I'm not going to lie. We're not going to lie. We don't lie. I feel that this relationship that comes in front and center has had its turmoil, has had its tests and tribulations, trials, tests, and tribulations, for sure. And the strength of one's character, loyalty, has been tested here. Right? I have the 3 of Swords. There is something about the loss. Someone had that loss with this Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. So I feel that a Gemini that's right here, you and this person, Leos, have been through it all. No kidding. And yet, let's just put these over here so you can see that I'm picking from here, okay? So, yet, let's put it over here because this is how it's coming out, right? This relationship is coming back together because one person has been very much missing the other, right? Because when we go through it with someone that we really soul to soul, a soul connection has to withstand the test of time, has to go through different trials, tests, and temptations. We're going to put this couple to the test, for sure, because we want to know, Spirit wants to know, that this is for real, from the heart. The Ten of Pentacles was reversed because one, which I feel it's the masculine, I'm going to say it. I feel the masculine, okay, during this relationship has and was raised maybe a father figure, or this is your father figure, or theirs, that, or both, right? But during our childhood, your person might have suffered loss of a job, loss of money, loss, whatever loss was there. And this child, this could be the Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, realized and has realized, whomever that you're with, that hard work is something that is going to be needed in their lives, separately from, let's just say, yours. This person knows what hard work means. And this person knows that someone had to step up to the plate, not financially, but had to gain the wisdom. Someone is already, I'm just going to say it, follow me, please. Someone already has roots of the indigenous ones. They already know. The feminine, I believe, already knew. Right? Already knows that this relationship had to be tested. Their egos, the egoic self came back and forth, back and forth. I'm going to say back and forth the opposite way. Why? Because this couple has been tested, and now it's forthcoming, whereby this wouldn't be good if it was forward motion. This is forward. Because we have released whatever masks, whatever others thought, whatever others said and or thought, that became a contention of stability and security. That's why it's like we've been around this situation, because Spirit knows that two people belong together, but these two people didn't know they belonged together. Not to the extreme, not to the extent by which things happen. Like, let's just say, as an example, someone gets, someone falls and hurts themselves. And this Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio picks up the Leo and says, I got you. We're going straight to the hospital. That's just an example of the strength and durability and love. And someone was very much wrapped up in what maybe others thought, manipulated by another or others, like a group. You know, people get manipulated by groups of friends, right? So that's why they both, you see that? Look at, they were both wrapped up, their heads. Why is the head wrapped up? Because that is the ego, the thoughts. Listening to others, one or both, was a continuous walking away of the yin and yang of two people that are totally in love and meant for one another. But what happened was they had to prove to spirit they were worthy. That's just the way it is. Like, we've been hurt, you know, right? Spirit, are you kidding? Of course not. Spirit said, what's it gonna take? Are you going to put this to rest? Are you gonna lay this relationship to rest, or are you gonna fight for it? And so you had to, Leo, go through many tests, trials. You one or both self-sabotaged, for sure. Going back and forth, right? When all along, someone said, you're my world. Look at this. And I'm telling you, this relationship has been a long time. Like, they have been together for a long time. Through the test of time. Like, you might have met this person, let's say in your 20s, and now you're in your 40s. You know, something like that. I don't like to put numbers on. I feel that that is truly a man-made. It's man-made. I feel that the lessons that two people have had to overcome, that one and or both didn't realize that they were just going along with what others said, or what their circle of friends said, or, oh yeah, you know what, forget that Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. You've been through so much with them, and, you know, they haven't stepped up to the plate. They haven't shown their, you know, this and that, right? All a manipulation tactic. But behind the scenes, Spirit says, okay, this is it. You're either going to take this to the next level, or you're going to wrap it up and lay this to rest once and for all. It's your choice. And truly, a father figure of both of this couple, a father figure had instilled valuable traits and the upbringing of the value of money, and what has been the contention of the Western mindset of egoic. It's the material world. This person doesn't believe in the material world. It's not like they don't make money. Don't get me wrong. They're hard workers. Really hard workers. And they fight for what they believe in. I'm not saying that you don't feel that way either, but your upbringing might have been very different from this person's. And those are the things, right? What makes a relationship work and or not? We know, right? Don't we? the first thing to go, right? Or the first things that couples fight about is always, it's not always, but it's money. Who's contributing, who's not, who makes more, who makes less, what boundaries do we set, who's going to pay what bills. And then, you know, you've been, one or both of you have already been through this rodeo. Some of you literally going to a rodeo like Texas. I don't know where that came from, but let's just go with it. But the thing that I'm trying to say is that when two people get together, these things are not typically discussed. And that's where the differences lie in two people. Look, these two people are totally different, but they believe in one another. They've been through it all. And they've been raised. They've been raised in a different household than you. You may not have had the money and not had, you know, not been given that, whatever they call this, right? The silver spoon, right? So what? But what we learn later and what we learn through the likes of love and what lengths do we go to endure and solidify the stability of a relationship, and not by the likes of materialistic values and or the temptations of the physical. This is soul to soul. It's very different. Right? I'm hearing, okay, they're telling me the Grinch. It doesn't come wrapped in bows and packages, wrapped in bows and ribbons. It doesn't. Stay optimistic. So it has been difficult. It's been a long, hard, arduous journey, but it has to be. We are not here to idolize anyone. We're here to become our authentic selves. So I love the card that says positive thinking and faith brings you the romance. But if you look at the picture, which I see more, so do you, I see her literally handing flowers to a statue. This depicts much deeper reasoning of why we fall in love. We're not, which unfortunately humanity has bought into and must free themselves to get that soul to soul. But mankind has bought into the Western culture of more. And then what do? Let's just talk about it for a minute, right? We buy over the course of our lifetimes. We buy, we give, we sell. We end up giving goods to charity. Thank God for that. As long as it goes to charity. But we accumulate so much. Why? Do you know why? Because of the unhappiness of oneself trying to fill a void. This is not filling a void because they're naked. They became their authentic selves, going through the dark night of the soul of however long it's been going on. Do not idolize what others have wanted you to believe. The trolls, the negativity, the worry, the bullshit. Oh yeah, don't stay with them. Come on, Leos. You know better. They just want you for your money. They just want you for this or that. And that's where, unfortunately, so many couples have lost. They've lost the value of life is here. Don't lose the value of life. Set the precedence of not accumulating and or, excuse me, settling for plastic. Because what beholds one's eye is much different than what the heart wants. This couple has been in separation many times. That's why you have 4 7s here. Right? Look at, she's saying, don't go. I don't want you to go. A miscommunication of wants versus needs. She's vulnerable. He's her rock. And of course, the angels swirling all around to say, you know, I'm telling you, I have thought about this many times. Oh my God, I can't tell you how many times I've thought. The beautiful, our spirit guides, right? Our heavenly spirit angels, our spirit guides, our loved ones that are spirit guides, our archangels, ascended masters, all of whom on the other side, right, is still with us on this side. Of course, we need all the help we can get, obviously. But I just think to myself, you know, it's very human of us to say, to think about this, but it's true. Like, what could heaven, not as in a place, but our heavenly families, they probably watch over, right, and say, or they're right next to us, and they just want to, like, you know, just want to say, wake up. Right? How many times and how many, you know, instances of lessons can we or does someone need to go through? But it's true. We need to be tested. Our hearts need to be tested so that we're not taken over by things, the wrong values, the wrong reasons for being together, the filling the voids, right? And now look at what she's smelling. The authenticity of the fragrance, no doubt. There are no doubts in heaven. So we have the separation happened because one person wanted the look of, oh my God, look at me, look at us, look at how blah, blah, blah. What they do for me, how they, whatever. That's not a relationship. And the other finally coming together, right? Through the tests, trials, and tribulations, no doubt from Spirit, said someone's got to wake up here. Let's wake up and really look at, like, are you, like, this is like literally do or die. Your value systems, your beliefs right here. Are you going to make it or break it? You have the choice. We have free will. So what's it going to be? Said thee. I smell a fragrance of authentic. You have chosen, Leos, to be authentically in love and not to buy into the bullshit. Wow, right? I mean, whether we know it or not, like think about relationships, Leos, that you've had, right? That had to withstand the test of time. And maybe, let's just say, time has shown you, wow, I lost a good person. Stone people, who's your rock? No shit. Vigilance. This person is your rock. Whomever, Leos, that you're with is your rock. And you know it. They give you the strength. And you, I mean, this could be even, I'm going to say it too, because I feel it. I feel that this could also be like the father of your children, the mother of your children. Right? That are still are displaying and make you, still help you as the rock. Whether they're in your lives for reasons of being together, you know, longevity here that depicts here, it also is longevity of the rock, of others, of this person. Like going through it all, right? And being vigilant. And look at this, still waters run deep. Are you kidding? Absolutely. That's why this Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio is so good for Leo, without question. A match made in heaven. I love you guys. Oh my God, what a read. These reads are off the chain, seriously. Okay, I love you guys. Please support my channel, like, subscribe, share, talk about. Okay? Have a great month. Take care.